Welcome back to Brazil, guys. We're in the second half of the race now. We ended that last episode. I think I saw a speck of rain, so let's jump straight back in to the race here. There is a slight bit of rain, so I think our strategy is just going to fall short of what we wanted. Intermediates should last half the race, which is fine. The only problem is I'm not sure. This is gutting. We should have just gone for the softs. We should have gone softs. An error in judgment from me. I thought the rain would hold off. He said 10 to 15 minutes. I thought, well, mediums would be great for that, because then at least, I mean, you know, you never do know. I think we're just unfortunately going to be on the wrong side of the strategy here. But I've got Hamilton and Verstappen behind me, so you know we could quite easily get relegated to 9th place here. There is a big old gap then. I think it's an Alfa Romeo, might be Giovinazzi. I doubt it's Raikkonen, because Raikkonen stayed out for a lap on the Inters, so he might have lost quite a lot of time, but we're not too sure. So it looks like we might end up battling for 9th. I genuinely thought we had half a chance at doing well. We've got some DRS though, so we'll go DRS. We've got ERS enabled as well, so we've got overtake mode on to fly around the last corner.
Still on the right tyres for the time being.
The thing is, it just depends how quickly the track gets wet. If the track gets wet, then it's not good for us. We want the track to stay as dry as possible for as long as possible. We've got Hamilton and Verstappen. Really like Hamilton. He is so much quicker than us in the Mercedes. I genuinely think Bottas might have a chance of winning the title. I haven't looked at the standings for a while, but Bottas has done very well this year. I think he won the first 2 Grand Prix, I remember, and then he's always consistently scoring quite well. Let's see, anyway, we're fighting with Ricciardo here for a potential 6th place. It's a shame, because if these guys all had to pit and change their softs for another set of softs, we would have been quids in. We would have been right up there. But because of the fact that they're going to get away with it, and I took a risk on the strategy. I should have just copied all the AIs, but we didn't. And I don't know if the track's getting a little bit wetter there or what, or that was just bad driving from my part. But no one's coming in so far. I think that's Bottas, who's miles out in front, you know. We're burning through ERS. We've got Hamilton and Verstappen both breathing down our necks as well. It's not looking great for us here, is it? And we are kind of keeping with Ricciardo. I don't know if Ricciardo... I think the powertrain on the Renault is not as good as ours, potentially. I think they're below us on the powertrain. I could be wrong. But it's a tight one. I think Hamilton's going to pass us here. He's going to go right down the inside, but I can get late on the brakes here, and we are going to go wheel to wheel, but I am going to let him through. I think Verstappen has just hit me from behind, and we're battling Verstappen now. I think I might have to let him go through here as well. I'm going to have to just concede position and try to regain it with some good pit stops and some good racing on the potential intermediate tyres. Just got to hope the rain kind of holds off. It's not raining a lot so far, but we are now down to 9th, and we've got a 7.5 second gap to Giovinazzi. And you can see just how fast the soft tyre is on this game. You remember it in a lot of the races where I started on the mediums and went to the softs. You know, Monza we were catching rapidly. USA we started off on the soft and we were doing quite well until we spun. Mexico we had a fantastic race where we went soft, medium, soft. So that was a good race as well. It's definitely too early to go for... I think this is probably where Jeff says go for intermediates, but...
Understood, copy that. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Okay, Jeff.
Copy that.
I think the strategies sometimes are a little bit bugged. I could be wrong. I wonder how wet it's going to get. We might see if Bottas pits. I would assume he's going for intermediates, so it's difficult because I don't want to stay out for an unnecessary lap on dry tyres when it's raining.
Check your MFD for a new strategy.
I'm assuming, I do think these are bugged. I think they're bugged. I'm pretty certain Jeff should be offering me the intermediates, not going to lie. I'll put intermediates on the dashboard there. So yeah, our strategy hasn't worked here, which is a shame, because I thought we could have had a good race actually, but a strategy that we tried hasn't really worked. Bottas is going round, so I can only assume he's going to go in for intermediates. Now, he's in the pits, See, DRS is disabled.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled.
So I'm going to be a bit cheeky here and pause it because I need to see if people are going onto inters. Let's have a little look. Bottas hasn't come in just yet. So a lot of cars have started going for intermediates. So I think we box this lap now. I mean, it's a little bit cheeky that we check the race director. But we are going to come in and we're going to set intermediates. Everyone else seems to be. The track definitely wetting up a little bit here. Someone has had to go on a lap there. Verstappen has stayed out. I'm guessing because Albon has probably come into the pits. Here we go then. We're on to intermediates for the second half of the race here. We might be able to block Hamilton in for a tiny second there. I'm hoping we don't get blocked in at the end here, because obviously we're right down the back end. I'm really hoping we can get away with it and not get in too much trouble on the release. There we go. Cool. We are out of the pits, which is great. Everyone else is in at the moment. We do need to see these tyres through to the end of the race. So here we go. We are behind Hamilton. Where's Albon? Albon looks like he's way down the back straight already there. It's not looking great for us here, guys. I think there is a chance for us to effectively undercut Max Verstappen, though, because he's obviously had to go an extra lap because Albon was in the pits. He's had to go round again. I would have preferred that the other way round, you know, that Verstappen went in early, and I would have hoped that Alexander Albon would have stayed out. But unfortunately, that's just the way it goes sometimes, and we don't get the luck that we could maybe have wanted, the luck that we were wishing for. There's a Ferrari heading into the pits there as well. The track's just not quite wet. It's at that weird stage where it's almost not wet enough for an intermediate tyre, but it was too wet for the mediums. So we'll see how Verstappen comes out. He's gone into the pits just there. I am going to go for fuel mode, and I'm going to go overtake mode. We've got to try and catch up to him if we can. It'd be nice to get back ahead of him. I don't know if we will, though. Is he on the move already? I think he's on the move. His undercut might be the one that works, actually. Verstappen has the fastest lap of the race. There he is in the pits there. This is going to be very tight if we can get out in front of him here. We might have to push some ERS here to get ahead of him. I think we're just ahead. We are just ahead. Awesome. Okay, so we're into P8. Now, I don't know that we can catch. I don't know if we can catch anyone in front of us. That's the other thing. Worst case scenario, we might pick up a 9th place here in Brazil, which would be fantastic, to be totally honest with you. We're in standard fuel, but look at the fuel usage there. We are burning through fuel for some very strange reason. Now, I don't know if we just need to improve our fuel usage. Do we need to improve something somewhere, or do I need to stop accelerating so hard? I'm not too sure. Maybe I need to coast it a little bit more to save fuel. Maybe I'm being a bit too aggressive with the car. I don't know. Now, I don't also know how we're going to hold off Verstappen, or if we're going to be able to hold him off for long. It's only a 0.7 gap. Obviously, there's no DRS, but he has obviously got a quicker car than us. We are going to enable ERS. We've got 95% there. We're going to burn up the hill. We might be able to hold him off for a little bit longer. I don't know. It doesn't look like we're getting away from him particularly, but it doesn't look like he's catching us much. Kind of just holding our distance right now.
Catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
Okay. All I need, Jeff, to be honest, mate, is to stay. If I can stay clear of Giovinazzi, be quite happy. Maybe we rely on someone. Maybe we do think maybe someone will struggle. Maybe someone will get a retirement ahead. That'd be nice. Bump us up a position. Bump us up a position would be great. Verstappen's going to take us soon. And I don't want to just roll over and give up the position, but you know, we've got like 11 or 12 laps to hold him off. It's quite an ask if we were going to get it. We're 2.3 to Hamilton. Again, I don't really think we're going to catch him, although Ricciardo's doing a good job of holding him up. Don't know that we're really gaining on him either, to be honest with you. Well, we're driving. It's been a good drive.
The rain's getting worse. Be very careful.
Okay, the rain's getting worse. Now, the question is, this is the stage of the race where it was due to get heavy rain. So are we going to be on full wet soon? That's the other question. That is the other question. I might have to put... Let's go on to the strategy and put wets on the board, just in case.
Our gap to the car in front left is 1.9
Well,
seconds. We're
it
leading
seems
our
to me-
teammate by 29.4 seconds.
Seems to me as though we're slowly catching Hamilton. Not by a lot. I'm trying to use the RS to keep Max just behind us, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before we get overtaken by Verstappen. The other option is I let Verstappen through, let him chase these guys, and then they have a three-way battle. I just hope that they slow each other down, but I don't know if that's the best strategy for me to rely on, to be totally honest. I feel like fuel mode in this track has not been kind to me at all. I had to run in lean almost the whole race because I burn like most of my fuel in about half a lap if I don't. We're only 2.1, 2.2. It's close. I think we gain on them on the straight because we do have quite a decent car in terms of power. Lance Stroll is out, but I think he was behind us. That's down in sector 1 there. He's gone into the long runoff. It looks to me as if Verstappen will hold fastest lap of the race as well. I don't think we would have beaten Alexander Albon's best time either, so he'll probably gain a point in the rivalry. See here, with our ERS enabled, we're not really gaining too much either. I think he's getting towed along probably just through slipstream with Ricciardo because they're so close together. A bit like Verstappen's probably just getting towed along by me, but I don't know who they're chasing. Ricciardo is chasing someone. I think that's Alexander Albon. That's not too far ahead of us there. Because obviously he's our rival.
Come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
So Lance Stroll is somewhere off there. There he is. He's parked up out of the way. The only thing, we haven't seen a single physical safety car this year. Not one safety car has come out. We haven't used the safety car in a single race. We've had a couple of virtual safety cars throughout the year. We've had nothing in terms of proper physical safety car on track. Which I think has been a shame, actually. I think it's been a bit of a shame. I wouldn't have minded a safety car. We've got them on, but we haven't seen any yet. We are coming around. We're doing quite well still. They're holding Verstappen just about at bay, not by a lot. I don't know if we just get a new MG UK for the final race of the season. Take a 5-place penalty in Abu Dhabi and just try a big race, but we'll have to see how we feel, I think. No one else coming into the pits. The rain is due to get heavier and heavier. I mean, if I could make Inters last for the race, I don't think we can. It's going to get far too wet soon. ERSing out of our minds down the straight here.
Keep the car ahead under pressure. He might make a mistake. The gap is only 2 seconds.
2 seconds there, and I don't know if they're getting closer to Alex Albon or what. I'd love Jeff to say Alexander Albon is slowing. It looks like he's got some trouble. That'd be great. That would be fantastic, but we'll wait and see if that happens. I highly doubt it. I'm not expecting them to have any engine trouble. Red Bull did have some trouble at the start of the season though. Their durability was terrible, wasn't it? Right at the start. I mean, we're miles ahead of Giovinazzi, so fingers crossed, worst case scenario, we should pick up 9th position here if we're unlucky. Obviously, Verstappen is quicker than us, but it's just a case of how long can I hold him off? When do the pit stops come in for the wet tyres? That's the question. Track is getting very wet, that's for sure. Trying to keep an eye on the pit straight as well down there, just to see if anyone comes in for wets.
Still on the right tyres for the time being.
Okay, nice one, Jeff. I'm busy questioning tyres, and Jeff's like, no, you're okay, you're all good. Because the other option is we try and undercut and be really, really risky, but I don't think it's in our interest to take the risk. Oh my lord! Oh, I'm fighting the wheel there, fighting the wheel through there. Absolutely fighting the wheel through there. That was close. That was close. We nearly lost it then. Because the thing is, if you lose it in the wet as well, you're going straight into a wall because there is no grip at all to stick you to the track. I think wets have got to be coming soon. Surely, Jeff. Surely. No one else has gone into the pitch yet. Oh. Oh no. What's that? We've got... Oh, we got rear wing failure. I was like, what on earth have we got wrong? I was like, what's going on? Still no one comes in for the wets though. Oh, okay, so it doesn't really matter because we don't have DRS, but that's not for the first time we've had DRS failure this season, is it? Still, I'm trying to keep an eye on anyone that goes round the pit wall just to see if anyone does go for wets, because the sooner we can dive in for wet tyres, we might gain a slight advantage if we go in quickly. I mean, I'm too worried about that, so I'm losing time now. I'm more worried about people pitting. The other option is we just push the inters the whole way, but although we'd lose a bit through a pit stop, I don't know, no one else seems to be coming in. I feel like Albon's the kind of guy to make the early move. Yeah, slowed it a little bit through there just to make sure. ERS is burning away, half a second down from Verstappen. I mean, we're so far ahead of the guys behind. Giovinazzi's doing a great job. 17 seconds. He's just holding everybody up behind us. So looks like a top 9 is on the cards, really, doesn't it? A little bit worried of that when that alert came up as well with the red triangle. Someone's come in. Okay, a lot of cars are coming in. A lot of cars are coming in.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I think it's time to pit for wets, guys. I think everybody's coming in for wets. Surely, they're not coming in for intermediates, are they? They're not coming in for intermediates, that's for sure. Giovinazzi's in the pits as well, so we really are pulling away from like everybody.
Nick is coming in for a stop.
I don't know if we can see if Giovinazzi goes for wets or not. May have to check out the race director again. It's got to be wets, surely. Surely everyone's coming in for wets now. Surely they are. Still don't see any change. Are they all coming in for intermediates again? I'm going to have to pause it when we go down through there because they can't all be coming in for intermediates, surely. Surely they're not in for intermediates again. It's got to be wets, hasn't it? Surely.
We've seen it.
Surely it's got to be wets. Race director. They're all going intermediates. Again. This is a very strange decision. Very strange decision because surely I can push a set of intermediates for longer. They're all coming in again. I don't know what Jeff was going to tell me there. Because the tyre wear's not that bad.
The rain is getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out.
I mean, everyone else is going for inters. I'm very confused as to why everyone's going for inters. But, like, the tyres aren't warm, if you get me. Well, I think we need wet tyres, surely. Surely we need wet tyres here. No? I'm very confused here. I am very confused. I'm not too sure what is going on. But, anyway, everyone's pitted. Everyone has pitted in what I can only describe as a very strange situation. Seems to me everyone's gone for intermediates. I almost want to get close to someone just to check that it's not like a visual glitch on the game. Because I'm very confused. Why would you all pit when you've got, like, I've got 20% wear on my inters? That doesn't seem like a lot. Oh, Nick's coming again. Maybe they're going in for wets now.
Nick is in the pits. Nick in the pits.
Oh, it's very strange. It's very strange, guys. Very strange indeed. Maybe we check the race director again because we might actually be able to make the weirdest undercut you've ever seen in the world. Let's just have a quick look because this is very confusing. Now they're all going for wets. Why do they all pit for inters? Right, okay. Can I get into the pits this lap? I don't know. Because Nick is obviously in the pits.
The pit box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out on track.
No, Jeff, I'm coming in.
We can't take you right now. Pit in next lap.
No, Jeff, I'm coming in now.
The box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out on track.
No, I'm coming in, Jeff. Nick's gone. He's miles away. Right, we're coming in. We should be on wets here. Yeah, we are. Okay, we're coming in for some wet tyres now. So, in theory, we should undercut loads of people. Albon's carried on. He's on inters. See, I think we might have messed up a little bit here.
Go, go, go.
Well, I don't know. We're straight behind Vettel. Honestly, guys, I have no clue what's going on right now. This race has become... This is a very bizarre ending to this race. Very bizarre ending to this race. However, we're on wets. No, not Richfield. I'm going to stand. I cannot see a thing behind Sebastian Vettel, though. I cannot see a thing. I'm going to let Vettel just get away from me a little bit because my battle isn't with Sebastian Vettel, to be honest with you. Look at this weather. Woo-hoo. It's like a tropical storm.
Battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get past.
It is looking like a tropical storm in Brazil here. Look at this weather. Oh, this is incredible. Now, in theory, everybody else that hasn't pitted or is on intermediates, they should all come in for wet tyres now, surely. So I don't know. Is there a chance we gain a lot of time? I'm hoping that Albon almost doesn't pit. I mean, because if Albon doesn't pit,
There's 4 laps.
I almost want them to, him and Verstappen, to have a bit of a calamity going through the pits together. It's weird because they all pitted for intermediates for like 1 lap. Oh, someone's. Oh no, I thought Latifi was out then. I was like, what the hell? Oh, Latifi, mate, please move out the way. Okay, looks like none of them are coming into the pits ahead on the inters. Okay. Oh, I've got a bit too late on the brakes. Okay, we've managed to save ourselves there. Luckily, because it's kind of a wet track, you're not in trouble so much if you go off the race line.
Teammate behind is 51.5 seconds.
I'm a little bit concerned that the cars in front didn't stop and they're all carrying on intermediates. But then a lot of us are on... I mean, it is heavily raining, let's be honest. I'd love to beat Albon, that's the thing. He's our rival. I think he's got the faster lap than us. We're obviously hopefully looking for a penalty-free race as well, but... I mean, Verstappen looks very slow. Verstappen looks very slow. Will they all push intermediates till the end of the race, do you think? Will they just push inters to the end of the race? Is that their strategy? Because that was one that I was thinking of, but... Because I think there's a very slim opportunity here for us to maybe take Verstappen. Me and Vettel both on the wet tyres. He's not coming in. No, he's not coming in. Oh, it's too wet. It's so wet, guys. I can't see the race line here. It's absolutely mental. We're definitely quicker than Verstappen. Me and Vettel are way quicker than Verstappen, but we need to try and push past him. We need to push past him. Hamilton's 11 seconds behind us, so we're way ahead of him. Vettel's making a move. If he can get past Verstappen, I feel like then it's just on me to get the overtake next. Oh, Verstappen is struggling on these tyres, dudes. He is struggling on the inters, for sure. He's massively struggling on the intermediates. The issue is, where do you pass him through this section of the race? You just try and late brake him, but in the rain, I don't know, do I trust myself in the rain with late brakes? Nope, clearly not. Slight front wing damage.
Alright, so we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race.
Well, we've gone past Verstappen for 7th now. Obviously it wasn't the cleanest overtake or undertake, however you want to look at it. Okay, Albon's just up the hill here as well.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
2 laps to go. Could we somehow catch Albon? I don't know that we can. He's just going around turn 1. I think we're probably too far back, aren't we, to make any kind of effective pass.
It is 2.2 seconds.
I mean, we're pulling away from... Hamilton's gaining like crazy. Hamilton is gaining like crazy. I'm telling you now. He is coming. I don't know that we'll catch, like, Ricciardo's on the inters there. I mean, we're definitely faster on the wet tyre for sure. We are way faster than these other guys, but 2 laps. I think pushing the intermediates would have been tough, to be honest with you. This has been a race all about strategy, but I'll tell you what, the dynamic weather has been incredible in this. It has been incredible. Ricciardo now just 3 seconds ahead. He was only 3.7 ahead a minute ago. Well, he was 3.7. We gained almost a second in like a sector. This is what I mean. These tyres, these wet tyres, are so much faster. Even Albon we're getting a bit closer to. I still don't think we're going to have enough though. That's the problem. I don't think we're going to have enough to make a cheeky overtake. It's going to be close. We might be able to get Ricciardo though. It's going to be a tight one. 2.8 seconds. We're going to be faster through most of the race, to be honest. Blue flags are being shown. I'm not quite sure who we're coming up to. Gonna have to run in lean fuel again as we come to the final lap, guys. Final lap. There we go. We've got 3 seconds if we're going to catch Ricciardo, but the rain seems to have slowed down quite significantly here, which is a bit of a shame, because we were running quite well. We'll put our ERS mode on as much as we can here, just try and absolutely go for it, but 2.6 now is the gap. I think it's a bit unfortunate those guys. If they'd all pitted for wet, we would have been quids in. But unfortunately, they didn't pit. And maybe we should have stayed on the inters when we were in like P2, but I think we would have had a real trouble trying to defend with them. We are closing in. We're nearly 2 seconds on him now, but I just don't think we're going to have enough. Even if we can get ERS, it's going to be a bit of a rough one up the hill. We're only 1.9 behind. It's going to be tight, but I don't think we're going to have enough to beat Danny Ricciardo here. He's the only man I can really try to overtake, I think. We're going to go standard fuel at least. I think we're drifting around here in this corner. Really slipping and sliding. It's going to be a miracle if we do get him. We're going to go full ERS mode. I've just wheel spun a little bit there. I think it's going to be P7 for us guys, which isn't bad at all. We're still absolutely leaking fuel. I don't know why we're leaking so much fuel, but we did. Bit of a troublesome race. Really fun race though, and we take a P7 ahead of, I think it was Lewis Hamilton behind us in the end. 7th place in Brazil, guys. What a race. Started out with the inters, we had to come in. The mistake for us was probably that we did change tyres and we went mediums and we should have probably gone softs. We then came back onto the inters and we dived in onto the wets with not long to go. And was that a win for McLaren? Who won? Carlos Sainz? Carlos Sainz won the Brazilian Grand Prix? My word. Okay, that's pretty cool. If he did, that's mental. Good on him. We're going to move to Abu Dhabi next, guys, as well. So we'll see what the standings are. What a race, though. What a race. Yeah, Carlos Sainz. Is that Charles Leclerc and Alex Albon? Darn, our rival getting a podium. I think that's probably the end of our rivalry with him. We've got one race left, but I can't see us catching him up. That's good for us, though. We did pretty well. 6 points for us, not bad at all. Verstappen got fastest lap. Albon did a quicker lap than us by 0.2. Let's have a quick look at the standings. We get 8 points, so we don't really close the gap on anyone. We do close in on Danny Kvyat, I think, who probably finished below us. He was out of the points, so unless we score something crazy, we need what, 14 points just to get to Danny Kvyat. Looks like we're going to be taking 12th place overall. Constructors, we're in 8th at the moment. We're not going to catch AlphaTauri. Alfa Romeo won't catch us. So we'll be the 8th best team on the grid in total. Not a bad race at all in Brazil. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a very enjoyable race for me to drive, actually. Definitely getting better on the wheel. We'll see you in Abu Dhabi for the next race. So do leave a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you're new. Leave some comments. And I'll see you in Abu Dhabi for the final race of the season.